Hi, it's Toby Jackson. This was a really enlightening and challenging class for me in a lot of ways personally. I think the way that it was set up is really brilliant and that it kind of revealed different concepts slowly over the course of the class. And then rather than presenting information and then getting quizzed on it, we were asked to kind of consider an array of different community and social innovation constructs at a conceptual level from different perspectives and then examine our own belief systems through discussions, which ultimately led me to a lot of new perspectives and revised ways of thinking about community and social innovation. To me, this was a further confirmation for me in terms of takeaways and inspirations um, of ideas that I learned in a class about social entrepreneurship. It's really closely tied to community and social innovation, and I've realized that's kind of what I am as a social entrepreneur. And that's kind of a big deal for me in that it helped me understand why I've made a lot of the decisions that I've made in the past and what actually inspires me to do good work. This class really extended that idea in a lot of different ways, and I think has prepared me really well to do more of that work in the future. So, um, in terms of what I'll you know go back to, it will probably be the textbook. There are so many big ideas there that really challenged my thinking, and I need to spend more time with that material to really fully grasp it and think about where I stand. In terms of what surprised me, I was surprised to find myself agreeing with a lot of what was in the participatory practice text. A lot of that I initially kind of rejected and disagreed with, but the more I kind of read it and thought about it, the more it made sense. One of the biggest inspirations, I think, was the story of the Roxbury neighborhood in Boston and the discussions around that. That was all really inspiring and brought together a lot of the key principles that we studied, and showed what this all looks like in kind of a real world application. That allowed me to kind of really reconsider how important community empowerment and engagement is in social innovation. What I'll take forward with me in my own work, probably the materials in module 3. That was really kind of a shock to the system for me. Totally changed the way that I look at going about solving community problems and how that should happen. The John McKnight and Jim Deers videos were paradigm shifting moments for me. Um, and the whole like asset based community development and the community empowerment concepts were very different and huge for me. Um, in terms of things I'd like to continue to study in the future, I think the topic of innovation in general is really interesting, and particularly where it comes from. The idea that a community can deliver that is one that I'm still kind of working through to a degree. To me, that process of innovation has always been really individual. Um, and that's something I need to kind of true up conceptually for myself. Classmates that I learned from really enjoyed reading the posts and comments from everyone. This class was full of really bright people. In particular, Avalon and Suzette's work I thought was really inspiring and insightful. And then Desiree and Indira and Cole also had some really well considered perspective on a lot of the material. I think Avalon's comments in particular in regards to her experience with religious studies and the discussion about the Ledwith material was really enlightening for me and helped me think through some contradictions in my own worldview and got into some pretty heavy philosophy, which was intellectually stimulating and just fun in general to go through. So we didn't figure any of it out on the discussion board, but it was great conversation. Overall, it was a class that really challenged me intellectually and personally in terms of just re-examining a lot of my core values and how I see the world in some really significant ways that I'm going to have to continue to explore. It's been a fun class, a fun journey, and I feel lucky to have experienced it with such a great group of really bright people and an excellent professor that I think demonstrated much of what we learned and kind of her artful approach to the class and how she brought us all through this. So thanks everyone and good luck in your future endeavors.